Hello, we're so excited to help you out with what to do when you have a brand new team member. This is such an exciting step in your Mary Kay business. It's like having a running buddy. Think about anything you've ever done new, whether it's a diet or an exercise program or whatever. It always is so much fun to have somebody begin that journey with you. So I want to encourage you from the beginning as a brand new consultant to welcome those first new team members so you can be learning together. And we wanted to equip you so you'll feel confident about what do I do when I sign a new team member and what does that process look like.
One of the tools that you can use is on our unit website, and it's called a recruiter's checklist. And the way the form works is that there are 25 lines going down for you to list the names of each of your first 25 new team members, and then going across the top are different milestones, steps in their Mary Kay journey, things that you're going to want to just talk with them about as you check on them each day as a new consultant. And it's so much fun. It's like having a roadmap of how to be a successful recruiter. It's so super simple. So you're definitely going to want to print one of those and have it ready so when you have your very first team member, you can use that. You're also going to have a lot of support because in the new consultant packet is the checklist called My Next Best Step. And so when you're talking with your new team member, you're going to ask her, how are you doing on those steps, and do you have any questions? And of course, one of the most important things to do is to lead by example. And what I mean by that is not that maybe you're out there having $500 and $1,000 weeks yet, because you may be brand new yourself, but you're consistently on our unit Facebook pages posting positive, upbeat Mary Kay news, or you're encouraging someone else just through your comments or liking what they said. You're at unit meeting each and every week. You're checking on her on a daily basis, if not every other day, just to make sure she doesn't have any questions. Leading by example, having a great attitude is so, so important. Mary Kay always said you can do everything wrong with the right attitude and still succeed. It is not your job to have all the answers. It is simply your job to encourage, to be a positive role model, to set the right example, and when you don't know the answer, to direct her to Mary Kay In Touch, and y'all can look it up together, or suggest that she call her sales director and get some better insight than you have yet.
And one of the areas that I was really glad that I was coached on as a new consultant is when you do add those first team members, oftentimes, many times, you might have known that person in another context or arena of life. They might be a family member, a co-worker, just someone you know in another area. And so oftentimes we are very comfortable in that relationship with that person, as we should be. But when it comes to our Mary Kay business, if there's a day or a series of days that you might be having a challenge with your business, I always want to encourage you to go up the line when it comes to who you're sharing those challenges with. And the reason that's so important is because that any amount of negativity you might express to your team member, even when you're brand new and they are as well, kind of will be a recording in their head that might play over and over. So if you're not having a success that you'd want or that you desire, don't talk to your new team member about it. Call your recruiter, call your director, because they'll be the one to help guide you through that. And the same is true for your new team member. If she is expressing to you her frustration in an area, in an arena, you might say, whoa, you know what? I'm not entirely sure what to do with that, but I bet that our director does know. And that way you don't feel like a dumping ground for all of her yuck stuff as well, and you can punt her in the right direction.
What a great idea. And then another idea, if your really good friend is your new team member, or maybe it's even a family member. My sister is who shared Mary Kay with me. And so we were sisters first and Mary Kay consultants together second. And so Sis in her wisdom said, here's what we're going to do. When I'm calling you on Mary Kay business, I will say, hey sweetie, I have my Mary Kay hat on. And when I'm calling on sister business, I will say, hey sweetie, I got my sister hat on. And we both had permission to say at any point, you know what, that's not the hat I need you to have on right now, because you have to distinguish between those relationships, and you never want someone to feel uncomfortable. This can be true as maybe you build your team with some friends from church or from another organization organization or maybe from your job is that you always want to be respectful of that relationship, and you never want them to feel like the only reason you're talking with them now is because they are on your team. So make sure that you always identify, you know, hey Beth, this is Jeannie, your friend. How's your day going, girlfriend? And, you know, just distinguishing that so that everybody feels completely great and validated in their relationship with you.
Well, the other thing that I want to encourage you to remember is that you are never directly responsible for somebody else's successes or their lack of success. And I know sometimes we can be disappointed. Maybe you have a team member and they don't like get out of the starting gate very strong, or they got out of the starting gate and then you were like, well, what happened to them? Where did they go? And you know what? They are an independent beauty consultant, and so never ever let your team members' decisions impact what you choose to do with your business. It is your business, and you kind of have to put those blinders on and don't look left or right, and know that, you know, you are going to provide for them the tools and resources. Mary Kay is going to provide that. They're going to have phenomenal education resources available to them, and then what they choose to do with it is going to be their choice. And I think that frees us a lot from that weight of responsibility that, oh my gosh, their whole success in Mary Kay is dependent on you as their recruiter, because it's not. It's totally their business, and you're going to be there to support them, but it is up to them.
That is so, so true. And guys, I remember as a new consultant, I had 2 team members that signed almost like within a few hours of each other. Both came in with STAR consultant orders. They got the exact same coaching, the exact same resources, but what they chose to do with their businesses were 2 very different things. One chose to treat it like a business. Even though she had a full-time job, she still treated her Mary Kay business like a business for the 6 to 10 hours a week that she had to work it. And the other chose to treat it like a hobby. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I've never had a hobby that paid me money. All my hobbies have always cost me money. And so the same resources, same education, same support, same inventory, but very different results. And so that really taught me a very valuable lesson, that someone's success or lack thereof is not my responsibility, as long as I know that I have directed them towards the things that they have just waiting. They are sitting at the banquet table of opportunity with all of the training materials that Mary Kay has.
Absolutely. So your action step from this particular segment would be to take a look at that recruiter checklist and make sure that you have that printed out, ready to go, so you're not prejudging, you're doing those interviews, and you are ready to welcome that first new team member as a running buddy.
You're also going to want to continue to progress on what is my next best step checklist in your new consultant packet. If you haven't scheduled your debut or your power start with your sales director, please do that, as well as having your inventory education call with her. Your customized look is waiting there for you in your first 15 days, so make sure that you select that and continue to progress through the new consultant education materials in your starter kit. Post daily on our unit Facebook page and continue to work on those prize vouchers. Now, some specific steps for this week would be,
I would say, print off that recruiter's checklist. Make sure you're ready to go. Also, create those 5 to 10 team building packets. Have those put together, and that way you're always prepared. Also, make sure that you have made that list of your 10 sharpest women to be able to share this business opportunity with, and all the different venues we've talked about, whether that's guest meeting, career chats, a coffee with your director, and schedule those first interviews. As Mary Kay would say, be a member of the Den Club. That stands for Do It Now, Do It Now.